Hi everyone, and welcome to the channel. My name is Alexa and I am thrilled to offer you this reading today on what is healing. So I just want to preface this reading by saying that in one particular group for sure there is a trigger warning. So be mindful of your own mental and emotional health and don't take in any information that you're not prepared to hear. But also, if you ever feel that you do feel uneasy at any point in the reading, then you don't have to watch completely. Remember to prioritize your own mental and emotional health. That's the most important, and that is what I'm hoping to provide some type of soothing or healing to in today's reading. But yeah, there's 3 groups to choose from. You can always be drawn to more than one. There's no limitations in this type of thing. Just do what you feel and trust yourself in the process. Timestamps can be found in the description for when you are ready. And without further ado, I will show each group up close, starting off with group 1. For you, we have this card here of choice. Group 2, for you, we have this card of relating. And group 3, for you, we have this card of intimacy. So as always, take your time with choosing. Pause the video if you ever need more time. Again, the timestamps can be found in the description for when you are ready. And remember to let me know in the comments how it resonates with you. I hope you all are doing well. Take it easy on yourselves and take care of yourself as well. So I shall see you very soon in your individual groups, and I'm excited to meet you there. So bye-bye. Hello group 1, and welcome to your reading on what is healing. So let's go on and get into it for you, group 1. What is healing for group 1? What is healing for them? Group 1, what is healing? I'm hearing, I'm hearing peace. Of course, we have Chiron coming out with heal. I get peace of mind, so a healing of the mind coming through immediately. I feel like an excavating of old thoughts for you, group 1. Getting clear on what has been plaguing you or plaguing your mind, and really allowing yourself to purify and to cleanse. I want to get one more card here for you, group 1. What is healing for group 1? What is healing? This Chiron card makes me think of the wound that you are healing being rooted in your past, or something that has been recurring. Like perhaps a situation continuously comes up, or you're triggered by something continuously, or you face a certain challenge often. I feel whatever that is for you is being healed. And it could have been a lot of conflict or tension around this specific issue, but it's very vague on what it is. So can we get more detailed about what exactly is healing for group 1? I'm getting a lot here for you, group 1. Primarily, I feel you're healing any wounds. Trigger warning, I feel like I need to put that in the beginning of the reading, but any wounds around your sexuality or any trauma that you've experienced sexually, or creatively, like a blockage in your ability to create, or feeling comfortable in your expression or in your body even. I feel this is a lot around your sensuality and you feeling comfortable in how you show up and how you are able to show your passion or your ways of expressing your passion. I do think that you're healing an issue around self-expression, group 1, and feeling more confident in how you show up, or feeling confident in how you uniquely express yourself in general. I also feel that you're getting more clear about your direction, or healing any confusion or distorted thinking about your sense of direction, or feeling as if you are not able to actualize some type of dream or plan that you've had for your life, or maybe you feel that it is difficult to fully pour into a passion that you have or fully focus on your passions. There seems to be some discrepancy with what feels true to you versus what is required of you. And I do feel there is a mending, a healing, and like a coming together of two aspects of your life and not having them in opposition or in a point of contention with each other. Or tension, whatever it may be. But definitely something around healing your energy of sensuality, creativity, sexuality, and not having any shame or guilt tied to these experiences, but being more fully present with this process and feeling more present with yourself, and with a sense of fun, allowing more fun into your life, maybe analyzing your relationship with the concept of fun, and maybe how certain ways of experiencing life and its pleasures has been condemned, and really relearning what it means to feel good, and perhaps feeling worthy of feeling good, feeling worthy of pleasure, feeling worthy of sensual experiences without feeling a sense of guilt or shame. Definitely a trigger warning for group 1 for sure, so I'll be sure to say that in the beginning. But it feels like there is a deep wound coming to be cleansed, purified, and nourished with a new energy that allows you to feel a new experience without the burden of your past. So be prepared to invite more love and fun into your life. I do feel, especially if you are single, there could be a passionate affair that helps you to heal certain wounds that have been long lasting, or at least bring more awareness to wounds that may need to be clarified. But let's get a bit more here for you, group 1. What is healing for group 1, please? Yeah, this is bringing me to your past and looking at your upbringing and how your view of relationships could have either hindered your ability to strongly connect to yourself or others, or maybe it distorted your understanding of family. For many of you in group 1, I do feel that there was some dysfunctional family patterns that really affected you overall, and maybe even on a deeper level than you realize. And I do feel that that is healing. The reason that all of this is coming up for you, group 1, is not to trigger episodes of your past, but it's to bring awareness and light to the hidden parts of yourself so that you feel seen, and that your pain is seen so that it can be mended. And I do feel there's a lot of pain attached to your roots or to your upbringing, or maybe unspoken difficulties that you experienced growing up, or maybe not even just you, but observing your parents' relationship or observing authority figures in your life and hearing stories that changed you in some way. But it does seem like you are meant to leave behind patterns that you inherited, or ways of thinking that keep you from truly enjoying the prosperity in your life, or keeps you from truly enjoying the pleasures that life has to offer. Very interesting. Can we get a bit more? What's healing for group 1, please? What's healing? Group 1, what's healing? Whoa. You know, I'm gonna get one more from here. This is something. Oh, I have a lot to say. I heard say it. I definitely feel for you, group 1. Something could have happened in your past, starting in your childhood, that caused you to escape from your reality, or caused you to become very good at imagining things or helping yourself to deal with the present circumstances by detaching either from your body or from yourself, or just what was going on in your situation. I do feel a lot here about detaching from your body because of pain, and I feel that detachment from your body could have stemmed from abuse that you've experienced, and now I do feel you're coming into a time of reacquaintancing yourself with your body, or getting more comfortable with coming back into your body, and perhaps dealing with some type of physical pain or tension within the body that could be caused by this mind and body detachment, I feel. You know what? I'm thinking of a book for you, group 1. It's The Body Keeps the Score. I'm forgetting the author. Personally, I have not read it, but it is on my reading list eventually, especially since I am a psychology major. But even though I haven't read it, I have heard rave reviews, and I do feel that book would be key to your healing journey, because it does seem like you are storing a lot of trauma in your body, and I feel it would be helpful to and maybe experience some type of somatic therapy or somatic healing. So healing through the body, physical therapy, I do feel would be beneficial. Just yoga, or just spending more time mindfully breathing, starting with small practices that bring you back into yourself, because there is like a feeling of dissociation, or like a drifting away, or a wanting to drift away, or a wanting to escape, and I also feel there's a message here of channeling any pain that you've experienced through art or through creativity. And you don't have to be extravagant and go get the best supplies. I just feel it could be writing or knitting or riding a bike. It could be very simple, just something that brings an energy of fun, maybe even just watching a movie or giving yourself the space to relax. But for you, group 1, it does seem like the body and self-image, and maybe even a bit of like body dysmorphia, maybe healing for you. This reading is a heavy hitter, I need to be mindful. So please, this reading is heavy, so take your time. You don't even have to sit through the whole thing. Trust me, I will not be offended. I just want to bring awareness to the parts of you that long for your attention, and all parts of you deserve you, and it deserves love. And I do feel that bringing awareness to these issues will invite more love and healing, because that is the purpose of this reading. So can we get more information here for group 1, please? What is healing? Yeah, I was saying before, prosperity in your life. I do feel there is a lot happening that is fortunate and prosperous in your life, and I feel the next level to this fortune requires you to get more in tune with yourself, with your desires, and with what you truly want, and not being afraid of your desire, because there does seem to be something attached to this desirous nature or to your sensuality that doesn't allow you to fully embrace goodness, or there's something hindering you from fully indulging in pleasure, and appreciating that. Yeah, I do want to get into the tarot now, because this is something. So can we get more specific here, please? Group 1, what is healing for group 1? Yeah, healing of the mind, that came through immediately for you. As soon as I saw the Chiron, as soon as I saw the Chiron card, I just heard peace of mind, more love and compassion for the self, connecting to a sense of free-spirited joy and uninhibited compassion towards the self and the experiences that you've had to encounter throughout your journey. I especially feel more grace given to the part of you that had to endure difficult circumstances that changed your perception of life, and that changed your perception of pleasure, or that inhibited your self-expression in some way. I do feel that you will be breaking out of cycles of prohibiting certain activities from yourself, or restricting yourself too much. It just seems like you are very under control, group 1. And what's healing is that part of you of being too hard on yourself and not giving yourself the space to just enjoy. But I do feel now's not the time to, go to the other extreme, in whatever way that may be, not being overindulgent, but also not being hard on yourself for being hard on yourself. I feel this is a learned behavior that you adopted from perhaps your upbringing, or the ways that you were taught in school, or whatever the case may be. And it's now time to reteach yourself and to give yourself more room to just, be more playful. Yeah, I get a playfulness here for you, group 1. So I love that. Yeah, you know what? First of all, excuse the noise in the background. It's very unfortunate that you had to get that, group 1. But yeah, that makes me think of not being too influenced by the external, not being distracted or deterred from what is true for you. With this indecision card and the 2 of Swords, it does seem like you can get caught in this feeling of not knowing what to do, or feeling like, I really want to do that, but should I? Or I don't know if that's what is best for me. It's like really connecting to this energy of questioning, and why you have a habit of questioning yourself, if that is the case for you. But I do feel group 2, it does seem like there's a second guessing, and I feel that could be from past situations where you had to take into the account of other people's opinions too much, and having to give away a sense of autonomy that kept you from really trusting in your sense of self and moving away from that behavior and really standing firm on what you feel is best for you. You know, not over rationalizing your feelings, but taking them into account and really thinking about, why am I feeling this way? Why am I thinking this way? You know, there has to be some reason behind it. You know, not to over intellectualize it, of course, because that can also be the two of swords energy of overthinking. But just giving yourself room to explore your feelings and your thought processes without putting too much pressure on yourself to be right or to do the right thing. You know, we're human, we're bound to make mistakes, and those mistakes are always useful for some type of learning opportunity. So, you know, lighten the pressure, I feel, and by lightening that pressure, you will give yourself more room to just experience life in its fullness without having so much worry on your shoulders. And being more aware of the opportunities that present themselves to you without being clouded by confusion that may inhibit the process. There's a lot here for you, group 1. So let's go on and get some final messages here. Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of energy here about cleansing and releasing, coming into awareness. So that feels very important for you at this time, group 1. Perhaps this will require you to grieve a part of yourself that does need to be released, especially if there is a tendency to limit yourself from doing things or holding yourself back. Yeah, you know, that's rooted in some type of pain. And I do feel this is a subconscious pattern that tries to keep you safe. You know, it's not wanting to get hurt, because maybe being too free in the past led you to being manipulated or being abused in some way, and now you're just like, no, I can't express myself in that way, or I can't open myself up to that opportunity or that relationship or that situation. Yeah, cleansing the mind of I can't, but utilizing the discernment that you've gained from these past hurtful situations, you know, and it doesn't have to be as extreme as physical abuse that you've experienced. For some of you, I do feel that is the case, but others of you, it could just be relational traumas that you've carried, or dysfunctional patterns of relating or behaving that keep you from really being true to yourself in your actions and in your thoughts. Whoa, is this reading something? I did not expect this. Final messages for group 1, please. Final messages. What is healing? What do they need to know? Final messages, please. The worst is over. That's a beautiful message, in the fact that you have experienced the worst and a new beginning is definitely on the horizon. I do feel that there is a grieving process that is a part of this ending of a difficult cycle, but there is a lot of surprise on the other side of it. I do feel with this Page of Cups there's a jubilee. I don't know if that's the word, but that's the word that came to mind. It's like a relief, like an opportunity to enjoy life in a new way, a rebirthing of the self that is more youthful and free of the burdens of your past. Yeah, it seems like a reawakening of your inner child, and perhaps a forgiveness of the self, or a forgiveness of what you've had to go through. You know, maybe analyzing your relationship to forgiveness, seeing what that is for you, And, not forcing yourself to forgive someone. That's really not necessary. I kind of hate that rhetoric. Like, you don't have to force forgiveness. It should flow, So first start off with just forgiving yourself for harboring this pain. I don't know if I really feel comfortable talking about the concept of forgiveness, because I think it's different for everyone, but definitely the message here is to analyze the relationship that you have with forgiveness, and seeing if there's some changes that may need to take place for a new way of living your life to present itself. Whew. Final messages for group 1. Oh my goodness. We have the King of Pentacles. So definitely there could be an energy of looking at the relationship you have with either men in general, or looking at the relationship that you have with a certain paternal figure in your life, and how that may have affected your self-esteem in some way. The presence or absence of this person in your life. And maybe looking at an energy of dealing with selfishness, and how that may have in turn caused you to overextend yourself. Maybe feeling as if you were not paid attention to, or you didn't receive the attention or the love or the affection that you needed, and that led you into situations that took advantage of this vulnerability. But I do feel overall this is about reestablishing a stronger sense of self-esteem and self-confidence and self-worth, and making sure that you know your worth, so that you don't repeat old cycles. Okay, group 1. I heard that is all. Definitely clear the mind of false perceptions of self in your situation. Remember that you can always make changes, and that opportunities are here for you to take a hold of. New seeds are ready to be planted, and it is time for you to grow through what you go through. And I do feel that a lot of changes are on the horizon for you, and it will require you to change your mentality, to approach situations in a new way, and to allow for new ways of thinking to emerge, especially in regard to how you take care of yourself, or how you relate to your parental figures, or perhaps understanding yourself if you are a parent, connecting more deeply to yourself. But just in general, group 1, this is really about you allowing for more pleasure in your life, giving yourself the room to feel nurtured and cared for, taking care of yourself on a new level, and having grace and compassion for the challenges that you have been going through, and giving yourself room to grow, because you are growing. Prosperity is literally at your fingertips. I do feel that you are a very prosperous and creative group, very lucrative ideas you have, and it's time to enact those ideas and put forth your incredible skills to heal your heart, But I do feel this is where I am meant to leave it, group 1. If you made it thus far, know that you are healing on a very deep, spiritual, emotional, and mental, even physical level. This is a great transformation that you are going through, and please be easy on yourself, as it is no easy feat, okay? You will be victorious. You are victorious. You are loved. You are cared for, and you are supported. Group 1, always know that there is support, and lean on it, lean into it, and take care of yourself, group one. So much love to you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for taking in this information, and I hope it was of service to you. If it was, you can always like the video, subscribe if you wish to see more readings from me. But this is where I shall leave you, group one. So until the next one, I shall say bye-bye. Hello, group two, and welcome to your reading on what are you healing? So let's go on and see what that may be for you, group two. What is healing for group two, please? What is healing for group two? Group two, it's big on relationships. I do feel that the way that you interact with other people is healing. You may be healing from past relationships that have altered your ability to truly connect with another person, or that may have caused some type of boundary. Maybe not even boundary is the word, but it could have brought you into more awareness of certain boundaries that are needed. And I do feel that you are healing any issues around establishing healthy boundaries in relationships and coming to a greater understanding of how they protect you as well as the other person. You know, it feels a bit complex. I'm even struggling to find words, so I do feel this is big on communication, and perhaps healing communication patterns that cause either ambiguity in your relationships or leave you wondering like what's happening, or maybe you aren't being as clear with intentions, or perhaps intentions haven't been clear in the past. It just seems like a lot of guessing or trying to figure out what's happening in relationships, or just not having clarity or understanding where you stand, either in your partnerships, romantically or platonically. I just feel overall you are learning how to engage in relationships and in community in a healthier way. So I feel that's the main thing that's healing for you. And I do want to get one more card from here for group two, please. What is healing for group two? Group two. What is healing? Alright, you know, I love that we're talking about healing and we have Chiron coming out, and I was just saying communication. Definitely something here about being very clear, speaking up for yourself, speaking up on your intentions, asking intentions, having more open and direct communication styles, or just having open lines of communication. Because there could be like a tendency to avoid situations or pretend as if things aren't as impactful to you. Only take that if it resonates. For some of you, there could be an issue with avoiding conflict or wanting to avoid touchy topics in general, and I do feel that's healing. But there is a lot here about connecting with other people and feeling a sense of community, or understanding what community is for you and how your perception of it may have been maybe jaded because of past interactions that left you feeling either depleted or just like it wasn't worth your time or your effort or your energy. But I do see that healing, so I knew there was something connected to the career as well. You know, for you, group two, there seems to be two primary things here. I'm not quite sure where to start, where to begin, you know? For you, group two, I feel sometimes it may feel easier to go at it alone with this Capricorn card, just turn your attention elsewhere, or to just focus on something else that is going your way. You know, this Capricorn energy makes me think of like, oh, I don't have time to be focusing on relationships. I don't have time to be focusing on someone that's leaving me feelings. You know, I'd rather get this money. I'd rather improve myself. I'd rather do something more productive. And I do feel that is a way of escaping from relational issues that have been recurring for you, or that may seem insurmountable in some way, or it may feel like it's an obstacle that's just not going to be overcome, or you may feel that relationships are difficult, or they are bound to be difficult in some way, or they're going to become an obligation. You may view relationships as a sort of responsibility, or as another burden that you may have to take on. And I feel that could be tied to a tendency to take on responsibilities that aren't yours, group 2, and you may have a tendency to become enmeshed with someone, or you may merge with another person very easily, or it may be very easy to fall into a habit or a pattern of pleasing the other person, or giving a lot even if you're not receiving. And you know, I feel again this Capricorn energy is like all or nothing, or just black and white. Like, you know, if I'm committed to something, I'm fully committed. If I'm not, I'm gonna just play around. You know, I'm just not going to entertain it completely. I'm really fascinated by your group 2, and I have a lot more to say. I feel like there's always a lot to say. Perhaps, you know, in your relationships in the past, there has been a lot that was left unsaid, or you didn't have the opportunity to fully express yourself in the moment, or even the other person could feel like they didn't really understand you completely, or, you know, it just seems like there's a misunderstanding, or there's been misunderstandings in your relationship in your relationships that have hindered your ability to deeply connect or form long-lasting bonds that feel worthwhile to you. There's a lot here about not wasting time, not giving into things that you feel aren't worth it. But it does seem like something is going to prove worthwhile, something will be worth your time and effort, and it's going to require you to confront tendencies or habits or patterns that you have in relationships that can be dysfunctional, or that may lead to self-sabotage behavior. You know, I love Capricorn energy. I'm completely biased because I'm a Capricorn, but definitely I do feel a bit called out in this reading. So we're right here, group 2, okay? Me and you are on the same page, because I'm quick to say I don't have time for it, and I would rather go focus on getting this money. Okay, let me calm down. Let's get some more information for you, group 2. Okay. You know, I do feel that you're going to... Let me slow down, first of all, group 2. I'm sorry, okay? I meant to say, I do feel that you're going to be having a lot more fun, group 2, so be prepared for that. And I do feel this will require you to connect with other people, or other people may be inviting you out more, or a specific person may be bringing you out of your comfort zone in some type of way. But it does seem like you're being prepared to communicate a lot, and you're being prepared to really show a new side of yourself that isn't so restricted or isn't so closed off, and is more fun-loving, you know, more open to experiencing new people and new ways of thinking, new ways of communicating. It just seems like you're going to be entering into a new time of joy. So that's exciting, but I do want to stay focused on what is healing. So can we get more information for group 2 about what is healing, group 2? No way. I didn't even see how many cards came out. We're not taking all of this. We are not. Can we be more specific, please? What is healing for group 2? What is healing? Group 2. What exactly is healing for group 2? Oh, wow. Well, we have Dragon Socha coming out. And when this card comes out, for me particularly, there is a lot of abrupt changes, I would say, or it's like putting me on notice of, wow, something is really about to happen. And I feel that for you, group 2, I do feel that you are about to encounter a significant change in your relationships. I feel this is heavily focused on your relationships as well as your drive. I did bring up your career earlier, and I do keep getting distracted. So perhaps, you know, there could have been a tendency in the past for relationships to distract you from your main objective or distracting you from your goals in some way. And I feel that that is healing, and you're going to be able to find more balance in what you give to other people as well as what you give to your goals. I feel there could be a lot of changes happening in your career as well as in your relationships. They feel very tied right now, or those two aspects of your life are being highlighted. It feels like a big time of advancement, of coming together with like-minded individuals and aligning with a sense of purpose and direction that feels true to you, that feels worth your time, that feels worth your effort and your energy, and perhaps reevaluating where you may be giving to things or people or even situations or work responsibilities that just don't feel right to you. Looking at how you could reduce responsibility that feels redundant or that feels like it's not leading you anywhere, and refocusing, readjusting. It feels like you're going through an adjustment period right now, group 2. And in this period of transition is giving you the opportunity to review what's important for you, making sure that you have a clear understanding of your boundaries, of your values, your goals, your ambitions, and seeing how you could become more in alignment with that vision. Also, removing yourself from any social circles that place too much burden on you, or that leave you feeling uneasy in some way. For some of you, this could be removing yourself from a crowd that gossips or that brings unnecessary drama or chaos in your life. And not all gossip is bad, especially if we're talking about, you know, putting someone on notice like, hey, that person isn't the best because they did this and this and this, and they really hurt someone. You know, that's not that bad. Like, that's letting people know you might want to avoid someone that's probably going to hurt you. But if they're talking like, oh my God, I really hate that outfit, like, what the are they wearing, you know? It's like, is that necessary? Is that really helpful? Like, are you just hating for no reason? Like, what's happening? You know, it can be funny, whatever. I don't know. I just feel, just really be aware of what you're taking in and how that's affecting you and your personality, and how that's attracting you to certain behaviors or certain groups or crowds that may not be in full alignment with you. Group 2, I just went on a whole tangent for real, but just be mindful. Just be mindful, okay? And connect with what you really want to be around. And surrounding yourself with people who inspire you, or who, you know, push you to pursue your goals or your dreams, you know? So, wow, that was a lot of information right there. You know, wasn't expecting it. But let's get a bit more here. You know, we're going to get into the tarot after I get these cards. But yeah, can we see what else is healing group 2, please? What is healing group 2? yeah, I keep feeling something about community. And now we're back on career and healing any blockages to you taking action, or you putting action to thought, or you pursuing a plan. There does seem to be a lot of thinking about what you want, or trying to come up with a plan, or maybe having a difficulty with really sitting down and figuring out a plan for your life. But I do feel there's like more clarity coming through about which action steps would be best for you to take, and maybe breaking down your goals into more digestible ones, and not having this big grand idea of, oh, in 10 years this is where I want to be. I feel like that's good. That's a good start. But in the next 3 to 5 months, what do you want to have accomplished? What do you want to have done? And how do you want to progress in your life? I feel like it's a lot here about getting more grounded, removing yourself from distractions that pull you away from your plans, and only connecting with people who feel in alignment with your path, or who feel in alignment with what it is that you truly want for the long term. There's a lot here about focusing on what is sustainable and what will bring you a sense of what is the word? A sense of value for the long term, or just having things of value and making sure that it's aligned. A lot here about alignment, group 2. So let's go on and get into the tarot before I begin to repeat myself. What is healing for group 2? What is healing? Yeah, I was just talking about negative influences, perhaps even being mindful of the way that you communicate, or even if you have been engaging in a more, I'll just say low vibrational communication styles, definitely reevaluating that. And I feel like that's healing, and perhaps even removing yourself from social circles or activities that cause you to partake in some type of addictive behavior, or even being swept in by lust or lustful interactions with people. Sorry about all the noise in the background, group 2. Like, why now, you know? But we must push through, okay? Definitely a lot here about getting clear on what's truly valuable for you, group 2, and removing yourself from negativity, especially if this is in the workplace, because it feels like gossip. I keep getting like gossiping or backbiting or jealousy. It could be like undercover, or just competition, like underlying competition. It just feels not supportive. And there could be people who, you know, play both sides, like they're friendly in your face. I don't know. I don't even want to get into that. I really don't like that energy, group 2. I feel there's no need to focus on that. That is what's healing. I do feel you're healing from maybe past dealings with people like that, or moving away from groups of people or situations or workplaces that feel unhealthy or that feel negative. And I do feel this plan that you are being pushed to take action on will help you to be in more alignment with people who are of better substance. You know, I don't know how else to say it. Who feel more authentic and real, where you don't have to, put on a happy face or try to get through the day just to deal with these types of people. And that does seem to require some type of career advancement or you looking at new opportunities. Very interesting. Anything else for group 2? I do want to just say, be mindful of who you're telling your information to, group 2. Not everybody is trustworthy, and not everybody needs to know what's going on. You don't have to tell everybody what's happening. It's really unnecessary. I feel a big energy for you, group 2 is to move in silence, and only really converse your plans or your goals with people who have already proven loyalty to you or who already are in your inner circle. Because I just want to say, not everybody is rooting for you, group 2. It does seem like there are some people who don't have the best of intentions, and it's really unfortunate that I'm picking up on this energy, but I have to tell you how I see it. And that's okay. You're going to be successful anyway, but I do feel that negativity could cause you to delay or cause you to procrastinate or doubt yourself in some way, or, it may just disrupt your momentum, and we need that to be cleared away. And I feel that's where the abrupt change may come in. Something unexpected may happen to really prompt you to make moves. Or you just may decide to take drastic action or really make some big changes in your life to move things forward. Either way, it does seem to be a time to rest and clear your mind. Wow. Maybe even face some of the heartbreak that you've dealt with in the past, dealing with friendships or relationships or interactions with people. This could even be internal dialogue that leaves you feeling not so good about yourself, or self-criticism, or just being overly harsh on yourself. I do feel you need some time to just rest and come back to a balanced place, come back to a centered place, and definitely, I just feel there's something underlying here. You could be encountering people who are not truthful, or this could just be you. I don't even want to put it on you, group 2. I don't feel it's you. Okay. Just be mindful. That's all I can say. There's no need to stress or worry. But I do just feel it's time to take some time out for yourself to just really reflect on what's going on for you. We did have the 3 of Swords coming out, so I do feel it may be time to face a hard truth, either about yourself or about your situation, so that you can move forward. Group 2. I do feel like it's time to move into the final messages for you. One more thing, it just seems like it's time to think ahead, to plan ahead, to not get too sucked into this present moment, because it is fleeting and the future is literally right here. So it's time to prepare for it, group 2, and not allow these people or these situations to distract you, because I do get big hater vibes, and I do feel like it could cause you to, maybe bring out a part of you that is best under wraps, or try to bring out the worst in you. There's a lot of Capricorn energy here, and I just feel like big energy on self-control and not allowing other people to get to you, because I do get like something trying to provoke you, but we're focused on what is healing. And I do feel that this type of dynamic, or you dealing with these types of people, is healing. OMG, group 2. What is happening in your reading? What is happening? I'm sorry. I don't know if you hear all the distractions going on, but I feel like that's highlighting a big part of your life. Please make sure that you're ridding of all distractions. Okay. Group 2 is big on not allowing distractions to pull you away from your path. Okay. So definitely not allowing peer pressure, external influences to alter your life, because I do feel like that seems to be huge here, and it's time to heal that part. Anyway, whoa, group 2. I'm just really shocked. Anyway, let's get these final messages for you, group 2. Final messages for group 2, please. Yeah, it's time to look ahead. Think about what you're investing your time and energy into, seeing if there's any imbalances in your relationships, or if you've been encountering people not giving enough to you, or maybe if you're taking too much from other people. It really could go either way. Yeah, there seems to be some imbalance, and I feel the remedy is rest and rejuvenation, group 2. Really understanding what's happening emotionally, what's happening internally, and a bit of introspection on what's been going on over the past couple of months will really help you. I do feel the summertime will be a pivotal, monumentous time of expansion in your life, group 2. It seems like things are going to be picking up in your life, and this is why it's important that you eliminate distractions and you get clear on what's most important to you. Yeah, big changes are on the horizon, and it's time to break out of any situations that leave you feeling stuck or stagnant, and also breaking out of mental prisons that you may be in. It could be self-criticism or procrastination or self-doubt, or feeling like you are bound to the expectations of other people, or bound to expectations that you placed on yourself. It just seems like now's the time of really ridding of old habits, mentalities, behaviors, dynamics that don't promote the energy of growth and expansion, because that is exactly where you're headed, and there's really no more time to invest into things, people, situations, or habits that leave you depleted or that leave you feeling stuck. Changes are here, they're happening, group 2, and it's really up to you to not fight it, Get moving or get left behind is what I feel, group 2, and it feels very stern. This energy is way different from the first group. It's almost like and this is just like a, hey, like, let's shake things up, something's gotta give. So yeah, ask for help if you need it. Know that there's a lot of resources to assist you at this time, group 2. But yeah, that's what I see. Time to look ahead and plan ahead, focus on what's happening, and keep moving forward, group 2. So that is where I feel I need to leave it. I felt the need to split the deck, and we have the Tower. So more of that energy of big changes. I want to be honest, there could be some uncomfortable changes that happen, but I feel like it's going to connect you with a person that's going to be very pivotal in your life. This could have happened already, or this is signifying a relationship that's already in your life deepening, whether that's a friendship or a romantic partnership. It could definitely be a family relationship as well. That could be healing, or you healing things from your past, healing relationships, or family relationships, I meant to say. But definitely a lot here about connecting with people who feel as if they're on the same wavelength, and rejecting invitations or people who don't feel right to you. Learning how to say no. I feel for you, group 2, is a big thing here. Learning how to say no. Wow, so that's where I definitely feel like I need to leave it. Please let me know how it resonated for you in the comments, group 2. Your reading was something. There's a lot happening for you, group 2. I don't know how else to say it. I feel like your attention is being pulled in so many different directions, and it's really time to get centered and really reflect on what matters, because there's so many things pulling you, and I do feel like some of those things need to be cut out so that you can really focus. Focus is so needed for you, group 2. And I know you're gonna find that focus. I know it's here. I know it's underlying. It's just time to get clear, okay? So, much love to you, group 2. You are successful, you are prosperous, and you are meant to experience a lot of growth, success, and abundance in this upcoming few months, whatever the case may be. I do feel something's upcoming very good for you, and whatever is not meant to be in your life is definitely being taken away, whether you like it or not. So be prepared, okay? Stay present, stay alert, and much love to you, group 2. Leave it a like if this was helpful in some way, and I hope to see you in the next reading. Until then, bye-bye. Hello, group 3, and welcome to your reading on what is healing. I just want to start off by saying that I do feel the energy of self-identity being important for your group, and understanding a sense of self more deeply. It may be healing parts of yourself that have been hidden, or you becoming more aware of hidden parts of yourself. But let's get a bit more specific. Let's get detailed about what is healing for you, group 3. What is healing for group 3, please? Group 3, what is healing? Yeah, there is energy around your reputation or how you show up in the world, and perhaps coming to an end of a chapter in your life that requires you to reestablish a sense of self, or it will require you to reinvent yourself. For a lot of you, your identity could have been closely tied to a specific role or position that you held in society or in your family, and now it's time to reap what you've sown. Take the lessons of that chapter, take the lessons of that role, and utilize that wisdom to assist you in rebuilding a sense of character or rebuilding a new sense of self. I do feel that you have accomplished a lot in your life. You have established a very strong foundation for yourself. It does seem like it's been a long time coming that you've been able to appreciate this newfound sense of comfort or luxury even, or just a feeling of abundance and having enough. It feels like it didn't come easy, and there has been a lot of trial and tribulation associated with such growth, and I do feel that you're getting a chance to bask in what you've cultivated in your life, or at least have some downtime, more freedom to enjoy the fruits of your labor, so that you are able to really review how much you've been doing up to this point, because it does seem like you're reaching a pivotal moment, or you're going to be accomplishing something, or you just have accomplished something big, or it's time for you to give yourself more praise for what you've accomplished. I do feel there could be a healing of bypassing your achievements or not really giving yourself the recognition that you deserve for what you've accomplished. And I do feel that you're going to more easily accept the rewards or accept rewards and recognition for what you've been able to cultivate in your life, especially if you had difficulty in your upbringing or if you are a trailblazer in your family of some kind. So let's get a bit more detailed for you, group 3, about what is healing. What is healing? Yeah, it's a lot here about your sense of self. You connecting to more playful energy, or you connecting to your inner child, or the more fun-loving and enthusiastic, optimistic side of yourself. I do see more color coming into your life, especially if you've been going through a difficult cycle or you've been going through a lot of challenges in your recent past. I do feel what's healing is this recurring theme of overwhelming challenge, and I do feel that you're coming to a point of needing to learn how to accept in good things in your life while simultaneously letting go of aspects or relationships or dynamics or even positions that just don't fit the person that you're wanting to become or don't really fit your life anymore. I do feel you're in this period of transition, group 3, of needing to review what has to be left behind and what is coming with you, because I feel like you're about to chart new territory, or you're about to move into the great, vast unknown. And for some of you, it could feel easier to cling on to that which is comfortable or try to stay in certain situations or dynamics that feel familiar because you feel so shaken up by how much change is going on. But what's healing is your ability to detach from what is seemingly comfortable but maybe unhealthy for your mental health or unhealthy for your physical health overall, and learning to just trust the process and move towards this new beginning without the fear or the doubt or the worry that may accompany such a significant shift. It feels very blessed with Jupiter here as well as Capricorn. I feel that your hard work is paying off and you are heavily supported. All your needs will be met, and I do feel for a lot of you there could be a transition in your home life or something happening within the home. Maybe a move is going to be taking place, or you are about to get out of your comfort zone or explore the world more. Big energies on opening up and expanding. A lot here about expansion in your life, group 3. So I do feel that another aspect that's healing for you is small-minded thinking, or being confined to a certain way of life or a certain way of thinking that your life has to be, or just any mental constraints or even physical constraints that keep you restricted in some way. I feel a lot of freedom coming through, a lot of breaking free and finding your footing, maybe after a long time of being connected to things that left you feeling uneasy, or left you feeling as if you didn't have your own individual autonomy. It's big on autonomy in your group and individualism, and coming to a sense of self that is grounded and founded on self-worth and valuing yourself in general. So let's get a bit more detailed for you, group 3. What is healing for group 3? What is healing? Yeah, here we go. I love to see it. I do feel that it's really pushing you to explore the concept of freedom. Maybe plan a trip or allow yourself to go to a new restaurant that's in your town, or just do something new every day. It doesn't have to be drastic and big, like going on a whole excursion, or doing something in a whole nother state or country. It could be as simple as you just taking a mini road trip, or you going on a new trail, or you doing a new workout, or trying a new food. It just seems like pushing the limits bit by bit, trying something new, and that's going to add some momentum to your life to open up to even greater things that are waiting for you, group 3. Yeah, there's a whole world that's waiting for you. And I'm getting a message here of looking online for things that excite you, or expanding your interest, or opening up to new hobbies or new communities that allow you to travel, maybe a travel community to come together with. I feel travel is so big here, especially because we have Jupiter and the 9th house energy. That's a lot about expanding your philosophy, expanding your worldview, immersing yourself in a different culture, or engaging with people who are different from you. I feel like it's time to move outside of a comfort zone, or outside of what you know, and nurturing this part of you that does want to explore, that does want to expand, and that seeks knowledge and understanding, and wants to have a greater and broader view of the world. Yeah, I was saying before that there is a small-minded thinking that's healing, and I do feel that's going to open your mind and open your perception to the possibilities in the world. And you may observe someone else do something that you didn't think was possible, and I feel that will inspire you to believe in yourself that it's possible for you as well. But for sure there is, I was saying for sure there is either a move that's going to be taking place for you, group 3, or you're going to be traveling more often, or exposing yourself to new situations more often. And that's going to really expand your sense of self and help you to understand who you are at the core. And it's also going to connect you to your passions. You may find that you will want to communicate more often, or share your experiences more often. And I feel like it's going to free a part of you that has been restricted in some way. So I love that, group 3. That's very fun. Get ready for adventures. Open yourself up to adventures. And it seems like a whole new beginning is waiting for you. So if you do feel a sense of heaviness, or you're having to let go of a lot of your past, I would say, take your time with this process, but just know that there is a lot on the other side of this that will make you very happy. So keep moving forward, group 3, and open up to the new opportunities that are coming. Okay. So can we get a bit more information for group 3? What is healing for group 3, please? What is healing? We have the Magician. So I do feel your willpower, your sense of drive, your determination, your belief in yourself is healing. I feel there's a level of confidence that's going to be building, more courage to take action towards what it is that you want, and actually believing in what you feel, trusting in your intuitive nudges, trusting in what you are receiving, or insights that you're receiving. I do feel that you are connecting more deeply to your sense of intuition, or just connecting more deeply to your feelings, and giving yourself more room to feel your feelings. And that openness to yourself is going to open a lot more doors for you to walk through, I feel, group 3. But definitely there's something here about you taking more action on what it is that you are thinking, or whatever you're believing in, and feeling capable, feeling like you have the skill and the tools and the resources to make things happen, and not allowing either imagined limitations or external limitations to keep you from pursuing what it is that you want. But definitely a lot here about reinventing yourself and becoming who you want to be and not being trapped inside of a box or putting yourself in some type of confinement that limits your self-expression. Yeah. Can we get more here about what's healing for group 3? Yeah, I feel there's like a taking matters into your own hands. I also feel that you'll be healing from any past disappointments or heartbreaks that you've been having to move through in this past few months or years. I feel like an energy of headache or heartache, just feeling overwhelmed with either sorrow or despair, or just feeling like things are not going the way that you want them to go. And I do feel a lot of that's being cleared away, especially with the Tower coming out here. I do feel that you are moving away from connections or relationships that did stagnate you or that caused unnecessary burden in your life or emotional disharmony for you. I do feel that your emotions are going to be becoming more balanced as you either speak about your experiences or either writing about them. I do feel journaling for you could be very beneficial, group 3, as it will connect you to some sort of heartbreak that you've had to encounter and move through. And you bringing light to these emotional pains will definitely help you to heal from them. Yeah, with the Tower coming out, you know, it's making me think of like skeletons in the closet with this, and I feel like those skeletons are coming out, or at least there's light being brought out to things that may have been hidden from you, and it's going to liberate you in a way and connect you to a sense of self-love. I feel, especially if you've dealt with someone who was not upright and honest, or you've dealt with energies that were either untrustworthy or just were manipulated. I knew I wasn't going to be able to say that word. I want to say people who have a tendency to manipulate. You could have dealt with that type of energy, and I feel like that's affected your perception of people, and it may have changed the way that you interact with people, and it could have hardened some of you as well, or, you know, made you less trusting in other people. But I do feel like that's healing, and you're moving towards connections and relationships that are safe to be yourself, that are safe to express how you feel without feeling like it's going to be thrown in your face or it's going to be held against you or used against you. I feel a lot of discernment being gained from your past, and you using that for the highest good, and needing to release the baggage associated with any past dealings with people. But I do feel like your perception of relationships is healing, and you're going to be able to nurture new connections or nurture a relationship or friendship that will prove to be long-lasting. Also, a certain relationship in your life could bring light to a certain part of yourself, or there could be like a major truth that comes out or revelation through a conversation that you have with someone. The King of Wands. So more energy around you making plans, connecting to your desires, connecting to what you want your life to look like, setting things up and pursuing these plans, making them happen. You could also be showing up as someone who is looked up to. I feel that a lot of people admire you, group 3, especially for your work ethic or for your visions or this visionary quality that you have. it kind of feels like you have the Midas touch, group 3, and you just feel like an uplifting energy for those around you. So yeah, I think it's definitely time to move away from any relationships that kind of dampened this energy, because I do feel like you are coming back to the center that is very confident and courageous and magnetic and charismatic, and that has a lot of empowered energy to move things forward. You feel like a force to be reckoned with, and there is a lot of potential that's being unlocked for you at this time. So definitely be prepared for this significant change in your life. Like I said, you are in transition, but I do feel like doors are opening left and right for you, and it's going to perhaps lift you up into a place of prominence or being seen more often. And I feel like that's an adjustment that you're going to have to get used to, is being recognized, being perceived, being seen, and accepting this recognition, but not being sucked into it, or caught up with how people perceive you. Let's get one more card for you about what is healing. Yeah, it's a lot here about your ability to take action. So taking action, rewriting the story, doing what you want to do, focusing on your desires, and detaching from the perceptions of others or the expectations of others, and really taking charge of your own life, or taking your life into your own hands, and not waiting for something outside of you to do something for you, or waiting for someone else to initiate changes. It just feels like you are learning that you are the driver in your life. You have the opportunity every day to decide which way you want to go or how you want to live. And I do feel like that realization is going to lead to a lot of significant changes for you, and it's going to put you in positions that catapult you towards what you want. But I feel a victorious energy about you, group 3. So, keep doing what you're doing. Keep the faith, keep moving forward. Make those plans, have those visions, and break them down into digestible goals and pursue them, like the Capricorn, okay? Move things forward with focus and diligence. And keep your eyes on the prize, group 3. So let's get some final messages for you. Yeah, you feel very accomplished. Like a lot of achievements will come to you, or I feel like achievements don't come. I feel like those are earned. So I do think that you're earning achievements, or you're destined to earn a lot of abundance and accolades. I do feel like you will eventually have a beautiful home, if that is something that you desire. And I feel like it is, like a beautiful home that's like a sanctuary. Maybe you feel like you haven't found your home just yet, but that is in the cards for you, group 3. So keep moving forward, stay focused, and I do think those things will align with you. But focus on those relationships that nurture you. Focus on the things in your life that nurture you, and focus on goals that will provide you with a feeling of fulfillment. And allow everything else to fall away, because group 3, I'm going to be honest, I do feel like a lot of changes are on the horizon, and I feel like some of them, and maybe many of them, will be uncomfortable because it is so new, but it is a blessing in disguise, because it's aligning you with what is true for you, and aligning you with people who are going to nurture this sense of self that is destined to be great. You're being removed from people or situations or environments that continually feed you negativity or feed you energies of self-doubt or criticism. And it's time to really open up, and not be limited in that way. Very beautiful reading. I do feel like your hard work is paying off. I feel like I already said that. You have a lot to look forward to, group 3. A lot to look forward to. For some of you, this is signaling an increase in your finances as well. Group 3, I feel like you're meant to be very prosperous, very accomplished. And I feel like you already are. It's just more is on the way. So I just need to remind you, Group 3, of what you're working towards. So let's get some final messages for you, Group 3. You are very powerful. You're empowered, Group 3. I just have to remind you, I'm getting that quote, remember who you are, Group 3, because that feels so important for you, because I do think that there's a lot of things that may distract you from yourself or pull you away from yourself or make you forget who you are. And now that's healing, and it's time to reconnect with that drive and with that desire and with that optimism and enthusiasm for life, that zest for life, okay? I keep trying to get these final messages, but things keep coming through. But anyway, final messages for Group 3, please. Final messages, Group 3. Yeah, didn't I say you are a force to be reckoned with? You are the boss, Group 3. And I mean, we have that Capricorn energy out here, which is usually associated with the CEO or the boss or the one who calls the shots. And I feel that you have that to you, especially with the King of Wands coming out here. Definitely there's a lot here about pushing ahead, taking action, and establishing the foundations that you want to uphold your legacy for the long term. What do you want to support you, and really pour into that? Really make plans and take action on that. Don't be afraid to take up space. Don't be afraid to assert yourself into new roles, new positions. I've been recently feeling like Capricorn energy and Aries energy have very similar qualities. I only bring up Aries because the Emperor is ruled by the sign of Aries, but there's like this head start energy, like you want to be the first to do something, or you want to really put forth your effort, and it's time to utilize that energy in a productive way, because like I said, there is a lot of prosperity waiting for you here, a lot of new opportunities waiting for you to take advantage of, especially in the realm of financial abundance, or you feeling more stable and secure within yourself, or you just improving your health or your resources in general, and utilizing your resources in a more strategic way. I feel there is a need for strategy, a need for a plan, a need to sit down and rationally think out a plan so that you are able to fully enjoy the leisure of this time without feeling like you don't know what's going on. It just seems like you're very intelligent, Group 3, and it's time to utilize that intelligence to attract more goodness into your life. This feels like a very fortunate time for you, Group 3, and it's not time to get caught up in an energy of feeling overwhelmed or indecisive. I feel like it's time to take action and to be very clear about the actions that you take, and to only focus on the opportunities that you feel are aligned with you and that you actually want to do. Now it's not the time to take on burdens or responsibilities that aren't going to assist you in any way, but really trusting in what you feel, trust in those intuitive nudges, that gut feeling, okay? And finding more time to connect with yourself, especially at night, okay? That seems so important for you, Group 3. Connecting with that intuition and remembering that you're creating a legacy of opulence, abundance, luxury, and a strong foundation, okay? I keep saying okay. It's like I'm reassuring you that this is happening, Group 3. So there is no need to worry if you have been worried. Anything else for Group 3? Final messages. What is healing? Final messages for Group 3. Take care of yourself and take care of those that you love. Group 3. Be mindful of your resources, and just realize that you have all that you need. There's a lot of Capricorn energy coming through. Very interesting. I mean, I'm a Capricorn, so I might just be attracting a lot of Capricornians, but anyway, we have the Lovers and the Seven of Cups, and I do feel that there could be some confused thinking that you may have to overcome, or just confusion around what path to take, or there may be distractions that pop up for you that you may need to navigate through and just remember what it is that you actually want. Maybe even creating some type of vision board that helps you to feel more aware of what it is that you want to create in your life. And I do feel with the Lovers, this is asking for you to seek out information that will assist you, or communicating with people who have information that you could benefit from. But definitely avoiding any confused decision making, or not being impulsive in your decision making, but also not allowing other people to have too much influence over your life's direction. Staying true to yourself and true to your values, and connecting more deeply to what you actually value, group 3, seems to be important. Speaking up for yourself also seems to be very important, especially if this is in regard to a relationship. Establishing better boundaries could be needed. A healing of your boundaries, or a healing of communication styles or patterns that have affected your relationships as well. Learning to speak your truth without being harsh or without being judgmental or critical also seems to be healing. You could also be healing from a relationship with an authority figure or a parent that perhaps was either dismissive or maybe overly critical, and maybe you internalize that behavior, or this could just be an internal dialogue that is overly harsh and critical. And I do feel that you're healing that and giving yourself more room to grow and establishing more compassion for the self. Definitely a lot of compassion. But I do think that things are moving very quickly for you, group 3, and courage and confidence, compassion, strength, resilience will be necessary, but trusting your abilities. Remember who you are. Remember that you are attractive, you are charismatic, you are able to make anything that you want happen, and just believe in yourself. That's what I really feel, and connect with that part of you that is hidden. Connecting with your subconscious seems to be very important, and making sure that you're gaining new perspectives of situations as well, group 3. But yes, a healing of the self-identity, feeling more aligned with yourself, healing communication styles and patterns that may have affected your relationships, healing from any internal dialogue that keeps you from taking productive action, and healing your sense of direction and your drive to move things forward. Opening yourself up to new activities, new hobbies, new adventures, and allowing yourself to take action from a place of, what is that place? Of passion. Yeah, going where your passion is leading, but also tempering that with rational thinking. So yeah, group 3, wow, was that a reading? Goodness is on the horizon for you. Get ready for it. Lots of changes are just brewing for you, group 3, but it feels like great changes that are leading you to a life of abundance and stability. Especially if you are wanting to be a CEO or you want to do your own thing, now is the perfect time to put those plans in place and to pursue it diligently, because I do feel like that will lead to a lot of reward. So stay focused, stay patient. Patience is definitely needed for you, group 3, but it will pay off with dividends, okay? So much love to you, group 3. You're healing immensely, and I do feel like you're going to change generations, and you're going to affect generations because you feel like a pivotal figure in your lineage. So kudos to you, big ups to you, group 3. Much love to you. Let me know in the comments how it resonated. Leave it a like if you enjoyed or if it helped you in some way, and subscribe if you wish to see more from me. But until then, I shall say bye bye, group 3.